practice it. I don't know if I'll do a quiz on cosine because it would be like almost the same thing as this quiz. Then we have to do tangent, cotangent, secant, and cosecant graphing. I kind of want to not hurry it up, but secant and cosecant are also very similar to sine and cosine. So anyway. So I don't know that I'll do a quiz on cosine. I think I'll do a quiz on tangent and cotangent, and then I might do a quiz on secant and cosecant. Then we will be done with graphing. Okay? I'm not doing a test. There is no test on this. Okay? So let's look at the function. I'm just going to start with the basic one. Y equals cosine of x. Okay, so guess what? The period of the function is the same. All right, the amplitude of this one is 1. The period is 2 pi over b, which is 1, so it's 2 pi. So if I was to draw my picture, again, I'm drawing the same. So I'll write down what the period is. It's 2 pi over b. In this case, my number in front of x is just 1, right? So it's 2 pi over 1. So I would go out 4 spaces, right? And I would write 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 pi. Then I would split that into fourths. If you split that into fourths, you're counting by pi over 2, which is kind of all the way around the unit circle. I don't know if y'all remember that, but it's 1 pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 4 pi over 2, and I could keep going. 5 pi over 2, or whatever. Are we good with this so far? Now, this one, again, my amplitude's just 1 because I'm keeping it basic. So I'm going to put my 1 mark here, though, just so I have a little room. Okay, now, sine function always starts in the middle at 0. Okay, your cosine function always starts at the top. If you think about why is that, if you look on your unit circle, okay, you have your unit circle. You have the ordered pair 1, 0. Where does your sine function start at? 0. Where does your cosine function start at? 1. That was your cosine value. So your cosine function always starts up. And then where does it go from there? Well, if it makes a wave, it starts at the top, so where does it have to go? Down. So it would go down, up, and that's the C midline, sorry. Here, here, power 2. Oh my gosh. I'm messing up all the way around. Okay. Midline, thank you. Down. Midline, up. Midline. I did an extra one. So it would look like this. It's still a wave, right? It's basically just shifted over. It's like cosine function is almost the same as a sine function. It's just a shift. Okay? Anyway, so your cosine starts up here and then it just goes down like that. Do we kind of see the difference a little bit?
So you always go down first?
Okay, what if it was negative? You would start at -1 and where does it have to go? Up. So that's kind of confusing, but it's just like sine function, you always start at 0 and you just have to decide, do you go up or down? Cosine function, because of the unit circle, that's y, okay, it has to start at 1. Unless for some reason it was negative. If it's negative, it's flipped and it starts at -1. Okay, do we kind of get this? So on your paper tomorrow, I'll do a couple of these. On your paper tomorrow, though, it's the same thing we've been doing. There's 2 of them that are confusing, so I'm going to show you those today. And I just did 1 paper for both days. I don't know how long it will take you. Yeah.
Can you help me with this really fast? Okay, so I can solve that like system of equations. You just multiply it by 4.
Oh my gosh, put that all in your calculator. Or you just need an equation, put it on your calculator and have it do a quadratic. Go to stat, type that in for your stat. You're going to type in 0, 2, and -1.
Half an hour for each day. Does that sound about right for everything?
0, 2, so -1. And then now your y values are 4, 8, and does that say 11?
Right.
Just make sure those numbers are right. Okay, now it wants a quadratic, so you go to stat, calculate, go down to quad, and then
I would do like 80% of that.
No, probably like 90.
is that how she did it? Okay, so type that in. Oh, you can't see if you write right until the. Is this a quiz or just a homework?
This is just homework. This was the example problem, because I didn't
Yeah,
do it.
so that is, I mean, that's a way you can do it, but this is how they were taught to do it last year in their class. Yeah, they actually, they showed me as I tried to do it. And they were like, and they said, no. The professors, professors are so different. The professors this year showed, I mean, last year showed how to do it that way.
Yeah. Oh, this is much easier.
Yeah.
So,
So, you're welcome. Yeah, anytime they give you several ordered pair, do you already know it's right or not?
yeah.
Okay, anytime you get data, like several ordered pair, if it asks for some type of equation, you can a lot of times do it in stat. It'll do it for you. Okay, anyway, let me do another one of these. If we have, let me find one, y'all. I'm gonna come back. I would like to do. Y'all want me to do a difficult one? Not necessarily. I think I'm gonna. I'll do this one. Okay, here we go. Not number. This is this one. I don't know why they have. I'll write it down actually. I get y equals the cosine of x plus pi over 2 plus 1. All right, so I kind of wished I had. I'll put 2 in front of it. I'm going to put a 2 out here. Sorry. So I'm just going to change the period of this function. Really quick, when it's like this, I would write down all my stuff. Like my amplitude is 1. The period is 2 pi over. I added that 2 in there. I know that's hard to see. I hope y'all are paying attention because I won't be here tomorrow to help you. So the period is pi. Then my phase shift is going to be to the left, pi over 2. And my vertical shift is up 1. All right, so, I should have gone backwards just a little bit more. I would use my period of my function, pi, and then if I divide it into fourths, what's that going to be? 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. Now, this one actually has to go to the left, so I'm just going to mirror it like y'all said. And I've got plenty written. Okay, now I'm going to take it to my midline. Where is my midline going to be? Up where? 1. So I'm going to do I'm going to do that up here. I'll do my midline is right here. And then my amplitude is 1. I know I'm skipping spaces, but I want to make it bigger. So I'm going to say this is 1 space. Is everybody okay with that? And then this would be 1 space, my axis. Okay.
Even though cosine starts on 1,
So
still starts at 1?
Yeah. So
if it goes up 1?
So yes. Well, no. Like I'll go to the left pi over 2, but this is my midline. It doesn't start at my midline. Where does it start? It starts up here at the top. So don't think at what number does it start at. It starts at the top. I guess maybe might be a way to think of it. And then from there it goes to midline, down.
So your midline doesn't
midline.
You don't start your midline like you did last.
Yeah. Normally we start at the midline. This time we have to start at the highest that it would be. Did I do that? Yeah. All right, and I could keep going, but I don't have to. So it goes this wave. All right, do y'all see how it's the same thing? It's just where do you start from? And I should have done a negative. If it was negative, I would have flipped it. Do we need another example? Y'all think y'all might? I'm not going to grade right or wrong, I won't say, but I do need to see effort and that you have all the parts to it. Really quick, though, what I do, this is not the right paper, want to show you on there. This is confusing. Look, for a cosine function, your domain and range, y'all, it goes left and right forever. Okay, that's all real numbers. So you can even ignore, well, I would say, it's all real numbers. Your domain and range for cosine and sine, it's a wave that goes on and on. All right? Now, your range is different. It stays between, that road, right? But it's not asking for that. So your domain is all real numbers. Then all you have to do, I would ignore the range. I think all you'd have to do is check what's the period and what's the amplitude. Can y'all handle that? The range may be kind of confusing, but it has to stay between two numbers. You can ignore that. Domain is all real, and I think I'm still recording. Just ignore that big gap where I talk, Chloe. Then the period, you put 2 pi over, that one would be 1/2. That's kind of confusing. And your amplitude would be that number. Okay? Same thing on this. The domain is all real numbers. The period is 2 pi over that number. Your amplitude is not negative though, right? It's just that number. Then you're going to sketch the graphs. Okay, I've got 2 graphs here for you to sketch. And again, this is 2 days papers. All right, so don't freak out on me. These are super easy. Where does this one move? Left or right, up or down? Right 6. Where does this, oh wait, that's a graph. You'll graph those 2. Okay, these are, where do they move? Or actually, no, it's backwards. Sorry. This one says it's moved up 6. Which one of those graphs looks like it is moved up 6?
B.
What'd y'all say?
B.
D?
D.
It should be D. It's D. Because I can't tell. B and D sound the same. Anyway, if it's inside parentheses, it moves it left or right backwards. Then this one is up 6. Y'all understand? And this is your actual paper. This one, all it wants is the amplitude. Oh, I told y'all I wouldn't give y'all one like this. All right? And I did. I didn't realize I put this on the paper. The amplitude, you do know, which obviously is the same answer for all of them on the amplitude, so it doesn't get you anywhere. The period of the function is 2 pi over b, but that number should be out here. Okay? It is not going to be, or what, I'm doing phase shift. What did I say?
You said B.
I did say B. Okay, anyway, your phase shift is not going to be, I was thinking the period, 2 pi over b. Anyway, you have to, for the phase shift, it's not pi over 3. Okay? You would actually have to kind of, it's kind of like factoring something out. So it's, anyway, one of those. Obvious. It should be obvious now what way it would move, left or right. Right? Because it's not right, but yeah, it's going to be negative. Anyway, that one is hard. I told y'all I wouldn't give y'all one, and I did. I didn't know until I looked at it and I was like, oh, I didn't mean to add that on there.
Cross multiplication?
This one, well, basically you would get 2 pi over 3. There's you would set that equal to 0, I think, I maybe saw,
I just
or something.
2 pi.
Yeah, so that one's weird. I haven't taught that. I could, if y'all want me to. This one is okay. Y'all can do this one because there's nothing in here, right? That was what was the problem on the other one. You'll just figure out it's basically the same problem that was on your quiz, but it says cosine instead of sine, all right? And then these, they're just big problems. Like they take up a whole page. This is absolutely ridiculous. When I printed it, I'm guessing it was color-coded, and there's no color. So there's 2 answer choices that would match. 2 of these are a sine graph, and 2 of these are cosine graphs. But you can't, they look the exact same because they don't have color. Anyway, I don't know if that makes sense. Like this one says, okay, I'm at 3 cosine of x. This one says I'm at negative 3 cosine of x. Where would you start on those? Notice these both go through the origin, right? They look like the same graph. It's because there's no color. Anyway, there's 2 answer choices. That could be it. Just pick either one. Do we know or not? 2 of these are sine graphs and 2 of these are cosine graphs. Can you tell the difference? Where does sine start at?
At
The 0, the origin. Where does cosine start at?
not at the origin.
Not at the origin. At the top, or if it was negative, at the bottom. Anyway, so there's 2 answer choices that match because there's no color. Then this one, just match your graph, okay? A full cycle of that. You could just find the period, and anyway. Are we good with this kind of maybe? Yeah. Same thing on these. They just take up a lot of room, and the graph is just there for you to choose. Same thing on that one. That one's like, which one is it? Okay, think, it's obviously cosine. What's the amplitude, and is it positive or negative? That's what you would think on that one. Is this difficult or easy?
So it'd be negative because it goes down first.
Nope. It starts at the top, so it's positive. If it's negative, it would start at the bottom. Weird, I know. Okay. Anyway, there y'all go. I think y'all are ready. That's 2 days papers. That's like 8 problems a day. That's it. You'll have 8 problems to do tomorrow and 8 problems to do Friday. And that'll be, I don't know, maybe the last thing on your report card. So, okay.